Misogyny isn't always a headline. Most of the time, it's woven into the everyday. In workplaces across the world, women are interrupted, overlooked for promotion, or credited and usually paid less for the same work. In public spaces, harmless jokes, the wolf whistle, and unsolicited remarks shape how safe women feel when moving through the world. The comments on her body shape, she's so fat, her perceived sexuality, she looks like a lesbian, the man's belief that he'd be doing her a favour if he had sex with her, or she should be at home having babies. At home, a teenage girl at a dinner table shares an idea. Her father dismisses it with a gentle but patronising tone. At home, it might sound like guidance, but it teaches girls to shrink themselves before they've even begun to grow. Online, the pattern continues. Different rules, different expectations, and different consequences, but the same behaviors, the same negative consequences for the targeted female. Misogyny isn't necessarily intentional, but its impact is real and it's measurable. Recognizing the pattern is the first step, and changing is the story that we're going to write next. So, what kind of man is a misogynist? He's a man who sees women as being of less value than himself. This can be subtle, believing that women are naturally less rational, less capable, less suited for leadership. It often shows up as condescension disguised as helpfulness. Misogynists are dismissive of a woman's worth and abilities and sees their place as being in the home cooking, cleaning, and giving him sex when he wants it. A misogynist feels threatened by a woman's autonomy. If a woman sets boundaries, he may react negatively. If she succeeds and he fails, he'll often suggest that she slept her way to the top and will never even consider that she was better at the job than he was. And heaven help her if she decides to assert her independence. The discomfort comes from a belief that women should be controlled or guided. A misogynist will often use humour to mask his hostility to women. He hides behind the just joking when making comments that demean women. The joke becomes a shield for the beliefs that they don't want to openly own because he isn't the alpha male he believes himself to be. He's a coward who lacks the courage to openly say what he really thinks about women. A misogynist expects emotional support without offering any himself. He sees her as someone who should soothe, support, organise, remember and manage while he remains exempt. He isn't necessarily intentionally being misogynistic, but it reflects a belief that women exist to serve. Misogynists resist accountability. When they're confronted, they may say, "You're overreacting, you're too sensitive, that's not what I meant." His deflection protects his worldview. A misogynist is often a man shaped by culture, not necessarily cruelty. Religions like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam contain many misogynistic undercurrents. Many misogynistic behaviors come from social conditioning, not malice, but the impact is the same. Women are diminished, dismissed, or controlled. Regardless of how you got there, misogyny is a flaw in your character, not hers. It's something that only you can change. No one can do it for you. If you see any of these characters in yourself, the thing to remember is that you can change if you choose to. Misogyny isn't fixed in your identity, it's a learned pattern. And like any pattern, it can be unlearned with awareness, humility, and effort. Misogyny thrives in silence. Awareness is action.